Tales of tragedy, tales of life. I'm not Polish, but I love Poland. I love pierogies and the sausage stand. I'm not Polish, but call me Goldmanski. I will ski down the hill, so you will see. Pierogies, pierogies. Come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Oh. This is a story of heartbreak and tragedy. I miss the restaurant, the Polish restaurant. They were the shining light of my city. I mean, besides me, the light is me. Then it's the restaurant of pierogies. Ha! Novelty, novelty, I find it fun to be novel. So I love Poland because it's novel, and that restaurant as well is really good. As the sun set on the bleak highway across the trails where ancient wildebeests and chipmunks rattled across the sun, they said as they looked upon the fields, the sun is so much energy. My life has been drained and I don't have any energy. They haven't invented coffee yet. They wanted to go somewhere, but the Finnish restaurant is not as good as my grandma's, so instead they went somewhere else. They found the magic, the secret hidden gem of the pierogies. Pierogies. I'm serious when I tell you this story. You think I'm joking, but sometimes it just takes the little things. I'm still probably joking, but I love Poland, but I'm not Polish. I love pierogies and the sausage stand. I'm not Polish, not even 1%, but call me Goldmanski because it means nothing to... Why am I doing this?
Manimal, we have been asking that question since episode 1 of this fucking show. We don't know why you do it, but we love you anyway for it.
I mean, I wasn't on episode 1, but fair enough.
This is revisionist history. Shut up.
Yeah,
hey!
revising. I started the show. Everyone, this is my podcast. Shut up. I'm the host. I'm Psy Guy.
He's the Psy Guy. Welcome, everybody. You just heard right off the top, in its entirety, maybe, Manimal.
Hey, Vacant, I think you got a bit of a problem.
What's my problem?
You need to stop sighing.
My name is Vacant, otherwise known as Simon, hence the pun. It was a great one. And welcome to the Manga Raiders
I guess you can see I clap my hands.
Fucking hell. Welcome to the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, episode 124. I'm going to steamroll through. My name is Simon, better known as Vacant. To my virtual left is the man you've already heard the musical stylings of. Wait, I've got the word. I did some digging.
The harmonica.
You are a Manga's jeeb? Manga's jeeb? Apparently that is the Polish equivalent for a weeaboo. Which is not exactly what we wanted, but you're kind of a Polaboo. A peaboo.
I mean, that makes sense because there's no DNA of that in me, so sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's Manimal.
Yeah.
And to his virtual left is a guy who was absent last week, but he's made a great return, a long-awaited return. It's Coryn.
Yeah, when we started this show and we did an episode every month, 2 weeks felt like nothing, but it feels like forever since I've talked to you now.
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. We swapped him out.
2 weeks.
The plain hot potato, Nairblons and Coryn. Truth be told, some people are questioning whether they are a different person. I think I make this joke every time.
Nobody's questioning that.
Nobody's questioning it. I'm just making it up. Hashtag fake news. But
I'm
guys,
gonna have to start questioning you.
Don't
You're
question,
up for
please.
interrogation, buddy boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Well, it's been 2 weeks for Coryn, but it's been less than a week for us because we recorded slightly differently last week. We did Tuesday night, so it's been less than a week since I've heard your lovely voice in my ear, Manimal.
Well, you're going to hear it some more.
Well, I hope I do, because I've got a big question for you. Big things on the horizon. How was your week, fella?
My week was okay. Did I do anything too exciting? Whatever, Doing my thing. Working on the exciting 12th album. Got some new songs like late 2000s Planets and Superior and Goldmanski, the Superbowl.
Which sounds like Superbowl. That's why we played it. See, there's a plan all along. Because as we speak...
It's totally relevant.
Yeah, guys. This episode may come out later, but we're recording as the Super Bowl's happening. My prediction is that the Yellowknife Butters will win.
Which is impressive considering that's not even a team that exists at this current point in time.
No, I don't know who's gonna win. Probably like the friggin' Patriots or whatever. I don't really know.
The fucking Patriots. Nobody, literally. I was watching when all the teams were coming out, and Philadelphia comes out, everyone's cheering. Patriots come out, and it's like John Cena just walked out.
Who were the two teams? The Philadelphia
Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots.
Oh yeah. I'm going to cheer for the Patriots because they have England in the name. They've got England in the name.
The Patriots win like every other goddamn year. Everyone is so goddamn tired of the Patriots.
It would have been kind of fun if the Vikings were in. That's all. Because I know it's like the Vikings are the default team that we would cheer for because it's the closest to home.
They didn't do bad this year, I'll admit.
It's in Minneapolis.
Now we're on about predictions. I'm just going to say that I believe in the second quarter, the Philadelphia Eagles will be 15 points to New England's Patriots 6. That's just my prediction out there, guys. I'm going to say it's probably going to be around...
second quarter?
I don't even know anything about football.
Whatever Q2 7:24 means. I'm guessing that means 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go.
I think,
not
something
that I'm
like
reading this.
Something like the Super Bowl.
You're not looking at ESPN right now.
Maybe not.
The Super Bowl and the Stanley Cup, like, they're just fun. Like I don't care about them, but I'm curious who wins. But it's just because it's like some kind of big event. But I don't even care about sports.
Yeah, I don't really watch football or pay attention because, the Chiefs don't usually get very far, so what's the point? But I always like watching the Super Bowl because it's like its own thing. Yeah,
it's a spectacle. I think it's stupid who they get for the halftime show. Who asked for Justin Timberlake again? They should have just not had him again.
No, it's Justin Prince?
No, like a hologram.
Prince hologram.
Prince.
Oh no, there might be a hologram of Prince.
No, they were gonna do that, but then they're like, wait, no. That would have been disgusting. That would have been absolutely repulsive. What do you mean, why?
I'm sure Prince would be honored.
There's an argument about whether we should be resurrecting our dead celebrities via technology.
Prince would not be happy about that at all. Just like he wouldn't be happy that people are releasing his unreleased tracks.
Yeah, well, Prince was kind of an asshole, so
that's also true.
Whoa, that's a dead man.
Was.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Prince other than he did Party Like It's 1999.
God, who was it that dated him and he had required her to sleep in high heels every night and do a bunch of other weird shit? Prince is weird.
You won't have to wear high heels every night.
Yeah, I'm sure he talked in his falsetto range to everyone all the time.
You won't get in this bed, then you're gonna put his high heels on.
Could you imagine if everybody talked as high as they possibly could? What if we could have done that? This civilization, we could have evolved to all speak as high as possible, but we didn't do that.
I'm kind of glad in a way. That would be kind of annoying. Can you imagine? What else did you get up to, Manimal?
I'm making my 12th album. February album writing month started, and that's a pretty fun thing I talked about last year, where it's a community, write 14 songs in 28 days. So it's cool because you see the songs that people are posting and making at the same time as you. It's a nice little place. You post your tracks, you push yourself, something like that, It's a fun thing, and other than that, I don't have anything particularly exciting to say.
Okay, fair enough. So you're busy working on your albums again. Shock horror
Yes.
to those who knew.
And actually working.
Yeah.
It's so strange to actually have like a normal job again. You know?
I mean, all I know that you do with your spare time, judging from the video you've been sending us, is you run around stabbing boxes.
Yeah, why don't you describe the videos I sent you?
Yeah, so I woke up, over the last couple of days, I've been waking up, to some lovely little videos that Manimal's been posting. Now, he's been drawing faces on boxes, and then just running at them with knives and stabbing them, he reenacted Naruto and Sasuke's fight, apparently.
Well, I sang faint.
You've just been, I mean, where are you? Are you in a secret location? Can we disclose where you are?
Disclose location.
It's a secret location.
I'm a box
you're at
hunter.
the back of your workplace. I just want someone to walk in as you've got a knife handle deep.
I have two workplaces.
Yeah. I just want to see someone walk in as you've got a knife handle deep into a cardboard box that you've drawn a goofy face onto.
Disaster.
I don't know. They were pleasant.
But yeah, it's interesting. Well, because I haven't had like a normal job like that in like like 2 years plus. That's like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to make money.
It is good to make money. You're right.
Yeah,
You're very right.
Yeah, it's really nice to make money.
Gotta make a lot of money.
Especially when minimum wage is $14.
I mean, people pay a hell of a lot more than $14 to get their boxes hunted. Nothing more than a good box hunt that I like. Sounds like
if you ever
hunting hitman.
If you ever got those pesky boxes lying around, call up the Goldmanski cardboard eliminator.
Do you know what that smells like?
555 eliminator.
Eliminator.
That smells like box hunting season to me.
It sure does.
Mention you heard our ad on the radio for a 50% discount.
But yeah, you've that's been interesting to say the least. Coryn, how have you been these last couple of weeks then?
Last couple of weeks, I worked a hell of a lot. Like when you guys record the last episode, I was still at work until like 9 p.m. So that gives you a sense.
Woo!
But a couple weeks ago, I was going to touch on this last episode, but I didn't make it. I got to go to the company poker party, which is usually been held traditionally at like a country club, but because the person who a poker party.
As in poker, as in Polka, or P-O-K-E-R?
Okay, obviously we know poker.
Poker, the card game.
That's what I was thinking. No, that's what I was thinking.
They're not poking each other. Obviously, I know what poker is.
No, I didn't mean they were poking each other. I didn't mean there's a party that exists where you.
You mean polka, like with accordions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no, not that kind of party. But
I'm gonna poke you.
Oh, that'd be a different company event. But it was a poker party. And it was usually at a country club, but the person who worked at the company who had the access to the country club left the company. So we had it at my boss's basement, or my old boss, who he's sort of semi-retired, but he was president of the company for a while.
Okay, now you're in the basement with the boss, with the former boss.
We're in the basement.
This is already a kind of suspicious
most of the company
party.
You'd say that. Except it's not like a basement like you would imagine, like grimy and unfinished. No, his basement had a living room bigger than my apartment because he lives in a mansion.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently he made a shit ton of money, like buying good investments, I guess. Really nice fucking house. Oh my god.
Freaking invest in Goldmanski eliminators today while you still have a chance.
He had like a wine rack downstairs that was probably enough to like pay off my student loans in wine.
Ooh.
It's just, guys got a lot of money. But yeah, I had a poker party down there. Went pretty good. We claimed it for my local office back from the other satellite office who had been having it for a couple of years now, actually.
More like the sad alite office. Am I right? Am I
High
right?
five,
Am I right?
Give me your hand to high five.
I've sent it to you.
I'll put it in the mail right after this. So that was good. I didn't win, but I did get a hell of a lot farther than I did the previous year. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, I worked a whole bunch. I don't know. Yesterday I hung out with my brother, and I went around and bought some albums. I got Weezer's Blue album on vinyl. That was good. I got AWOL Nation's new album, which is real fun.
Shout out to Coryn's brother.
Yeah, no. And then we knocked out the co-op arcade for Battlefront 2 Star Wars. That was pretty fun.
Wait, they have a co-op in that game?
Yeah, there's like an arcade mode, and there's a co-op version of it.
Is that split screen?
Yeah, it's split screen.
In today's world, amazing.
I know, right? So yeah, that was kind of a weird blast in the past. But he started yelling at me because I decided to have a couple gin and tonics while we were playing because it was evening by that point. And he was yelling at me because he said I was going to get belligerently drunk. Like I did when we recorded the episode with him on it, which I remember that I was not belligerently drunk. I was just a little bit buzzed.
Wait, the episode he was on, you weren't freaking wasted on that episode?
I
was not
drunk. Define an action that a belligerently drunk person would take.
Well, in his mind, he would say, Matthew, you're drunk. And I would say, no, I'm not drunk. And that would be, in his mind, belligerently drunk. But, like, if you, like, do the two, like, camera swap things in perspective like it was a sitcom, from my perspective, it would be, Matthew, you're drunk. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm just buzzed. And he'd be like, okay. From his perspective, it'd be like, Matthew, you're belligerently drunk. And I'm like, you're fucking drunk.
Yeah.
I like,
belligerently drunk.
I've seen my best friend drunk enough that, like, if someone says he's drunk, all I need to ask is I'll just say, name something, give me something he said in the last 10 minutes, and I immediately can assess the situation and how bad he is. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what has he said in the last 10 minutes? He stood there quietly for a second, and then he said, if you could rob a bank with a weapon that isn't considered a weapon, what weapon would you choose? I was like,
Wait, that's an interesting question.
So it's got to be something that isn't considered a weapon. I was like, right, okay, I get it. He's pretty drunk.
Okay, that's an interesting place to go when drunk. But yeah, no, not belligerently drunk. And it was only like, I think it was like a sip into my second gin and tonic when he told me this.
I thought like he was going to be getting on your back for the drink possibly impairing your performance. And
well, that's where it started. That's where it started. He says, if you keep drinking, you're not going to be able to play the game. And I'm like, you don't know shit.
You would have took that shot if you were sober. You would have took out Palpatine.
You would have taken the shot. You could have saved the girl.
Yeah, you're just going to be all regretful about it.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Everything went pretty well. I got myself a set of bunny ears for my 4K HDR television, as funny as that is in this modern era.
Is there a reason for that, or was it just funny?
Because I wanted to watch the Super Bowl a bit tonight, and the Olympics starts on Friday.
Oh, yeah,
what's the bunny ears? Explain?
It's antenna, pair of antenna.
Okay. Like, that makes a whole lot more sense then.
Wait, the Olympics starts that soon?
Yeah, dude.
Winter Olympics.
Oh. I know it's the Winter Olympics.
But sorry. Okay. I forget that you're from Canada, so yeah, that probably you focus on the Winter Olympics more than the normal ones.
But yeah, oh damn it, Patriots up to 12. Shit. Anyway.
Spoilers! Even though it's already happened.
I'd be out of my living room watching this game if I didn't have to keep running my air to keep the place warm. And it's really loud out there because it snowed a whole bunch today, like out of nowhere. Like, I woke up and I was working out, and it was like 8:30, and I looked out the window, and there was a few snowflakes coming down. I thought, that's a little weird. And then I finished and took my shower, and I come out, and there's like an inch of snow on the ground. And I wasn't in there that long.
Yeah.
Well, we know about your 2-hour showers.
What 2-hour showers?
I do not take 2-hour showers.
What would you rather have, snow or minus 30?
Snow.
Both.
Yeah. Because, well, it's been minus 30 the last 2 days, but again, we have the clearest skies ever here. And it's all sunny and clear and beautiful, but then it's freaking cold as balls.
Yeah, so you need the weather changes to actually get any warmer, really. The sun will do a little bit, but not enough.
But I'm just like, it looks so wonderful, but I'm so cold.
Oh, man. Fair enough. Anything else you got up to, Coryn? Or, other than freezing your bollocks off?
No, that's been it. I guess I'm picking up Dark Souls 3 again, trying to finish that by the time Dark Souls Remastered come out.
I've seen you. I've noticed you on my friends list playing that. Brian's playing the Dragon Ball Z.
I know. I've noticed you too. Wink, wink. It's weird because I guess maybe I have stolen his Crunchyroll password, by which I mean I politely asked for his Crunchyroll password.
Yeah.
But now I can see your watch history.
Yeah.
Which is like creepy. Like I feel like I'm inside your mind.
I didn't see. Oh yeah. I noticed that my queue was really weird the other week. So I used to use the queuing system, like because obviously you can bookmark. It's basically a bookmark for a series on Crunchyroll.
Sure, like
everyone knows.
Netflix.
Yeah. But then I looked and there was things that I've never watched before, and I've realised it's when I'm on the PS4. I think you press like triangle and it'll just queue it, and you won't really notice. Yeah. So there was like Classical Lloyd and all this, and I forgot that show existed until I saw the name, and I was like, have I bookmarked that? Is that me?
No, I haven't fucked with the queue, so it's not me.
No, that was me. That's over many, many years. Oh, I didn't know you could see history. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through, and I noticed, here's history. Because I always just go to the most, recently released page. That's all I really go to.
That's how I navigate through Crunchyroll.
I realized it because I signed in and I wanted to see if my last search still posed up in the bar, if I got to see your last search. And it's still mine, so I don't get to see what you're searching.
I rarely use the search. I think I used it for, what's it? A sister is all you need. As embarrassing as for research purposes, guys.
Are you guys sharing a streaming account?
We are.
But no one knows what my name is on there, so...
Don't tell the cops.
Everybody.
I don't think it's actually illegal.
I mean, they'll probably kick off Crunchyroll, but also you don't know my name on there, so...
No, and also, I mean, they allow that on Crunchyroll. They don't allow that on Spotify. You immediately get booted, because you can't listen on two devices at the same time.
It's like I've noticed that my WWE network, I think about 9 people have that, and there seems to not be a limit of how many people can log into it. It's great. So if you have it like more than one account in a household for the WWE network, don't bother, because they don't give a fuck. They'll just let you stream it on.
Now I need to steal your WWE network pass.
Go for it. It's probably the same one because I use everything the same. I've recently changed my PayPal password because I realised I used it for everything and gave out all my details. I was like, maybe I should change this. But yeah, I guess to segue into my week then, I mentioned about Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I am going to wait a couple weeks for it because I can't justify buying it just yet because I've got Danganronpa 3 sitting there. I need to play it. I need to get through it.
Is it at 70?
Is it what, sorry?
Does the game cost 70?
Dragon Ball Z? About 40, 50 quid here, so I guess that'd be $70 Canadian.
That's what a full price game is usually.
Yeah,
now.
It is a full price. Yeah. I mean, I could probably pick it up in a couple of weeks or so. Like Nair said, leave it a few weeks and then you can get it second hand. And I'm really not fussed about doing that. So I'm gonna wait because I need to play Danganronpa 3. Other than that, been fresh in some Fortnite. R.I.P. because they took away Prop Hunt apparently. Haven't been on to check.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's 80. Rip the Canadian dollar.
Rip Canadian dollars. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sad to see your economy going down. I'm sure you'll be fine. Me too. That $14 minimum wage ain't looking too good no more.
No.
But other than that, I forgot to mention a few weeks ago, but I finished Uzumaki, so the Junji Ito novel. If you've been following along and watching Junji Ito collection, I would say that it's not a great representation of the horror that he can do. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. No, episode 4 was pretty good. Some of them I've not really enjoyed. But the manga's really good, Uzumaki, except the ending is very decidedly meh. So does anyone want spoilers? Does anyone mind if I just quickly touch on it, or?
Spoil ahead.
Yeah, fuck it. Spoilers for Uzumaki, the manga, if you care. So, it's all about the spirals. That's literally the thing. The town is cursed by spirals. So anything you can think of as a spiral happens, and it's episodic, the chapters. They're all self-contained stories, pretty much. There's an overarching narrative, and it escalates because the town gets more and more, driven crazy by it, but generally it's little self-contained excerpts. So, starts with people being fascinated with the shape of spirals. Then somebody actually turns himself, physically twists and contorts his body, kills himself by turning himself into a spiral and rolling up. The artwork for it is really creepy. It's really well done. Then there's people who turn into snails. There's all this kind of shit. And eventually, people are creating tornadoes and whirlwinds and twisters because they're spirally. And it levels everything except the very old buildings, the row houses. And they're the only place is safe from all these twisters and whirlwinds. So all the town tries to pack into there. There's not enough room, so they try to extend them. The main characters run away for a bit into the forest and lose years of time for some reason. Never really says why. They just do, because curse. When they come back, the buildings have been extended into a massive spiral. So they are coming through. All the people who were there have just entangled into one giant living being of contorted corpses. Well, they're still alive, but... Well, a lot of them die. But they run out, so they basically get to the center of the spiral. They go down to the bottom of it, because the lake has been drained, which was at the center of it. And they find this massive living thing, because all of the bodies have gone down into this to be one with this creature thing, which is like a giant eye. And the main character, the guy fell down the well, so he's hurt. The woman gets down and runs up to him. And he says, "Oh, I can't go on. You're going to have to go on without me." So instead of going on, she just goes, "Yeah, I can't go on as well." Lies down with him, contorts and twists into a spiral, like their limbs contort and twist around each other. And then that's it. It ends.
Wait, there's something that I'm burning when you keep mentioning all this.
Okay.
Okay, you can go back now.
It's literally, like, do you know when you always see the thing, like, "Go on without me"? And normally they do. It's just that one time where it's like, "I can't go on without me." I'm good. I can't either. And she just lays down, and that's it. They just die. That's literally it. So a bit rubbish, but other than that, it was fun. It was a fun
You know, I like the idea of them, like, twisting that ending, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a horror, isn't it? So there's no saying that there should be a happy ending. I would have liked a little bit more about the bean or some history, but that's not what it was there for. It was there for some visual horror and some, creepy things, which it very much achieved. But other than that, I have been doing a hella ton of writing, just because I'm getting back into that groove. What else have we been doing? What have we been reading and watching? Trying to think of anything that's non-anime and manga related. Not too much this week. Haven't done much at all. Because I've been working a lot. I do want to touch on before we go into the news, because there's not a lot there. Spoilers for Black Clover. Coryn, have you read the latest chapters of Black Clover?
Yes, surprisingly recently.
Oh, shit!
Fuck!
Spoilers for Black Clover. Okay. I can't remember our predictions that we went through, but to paraphrase...
We were both right and both wrong.
I can't even remember what I said.
If I remember right, one of us was saying William was the bad guy, and the other one was saying William wasn't the bad guy.
I think I was saying he wasn't.
I thought you were saying he was, because I don't believe he was. Whatever.
Okay. Maybe I was saying
Either way, one of us said one, the other said the other. Point is, he's two souls in a body, and one of them's the bad guy, and the other one's him.
We didn't know this could happen. Two souls can share a body, and he actually is licked. So he is the main bad guy. He's with the Emperor right now.
He is licked, but he's also not licked. He is... Oh.
Okay, so major turn of events. The main bad guy has been revealed. So he's already been revealed, but his, body and where he's been all this time has been revealed. He is the captain of the Golden Dawn, which is also...
Rather, he shares a body with the captain of the Golden Dawn, who is also kind of evil, maybe?
But I think he's good, but he's almost like neutral, because he respects the Emperor.
He is kind of neutral, because I guess he got born with him in his body or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. But then the Emperor's magic's revealed as well, because they talk about how he's cursed to steal time. Oh. Which is a cool concept. It's not just him manipulating time. He's been cursed to steal time. So that's interesting. I want to see where they go with that. Don't think he's going to die. I believe Yami's very close by, so obviously he's going to get involved. Licht is going to escape, and there's going to be a whole hullabaloo about the Golden Dawn.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna die. I don't even think he's gonna lose necessarily.
No, it's gonna be a stalemate. They've done the reveal. He's gonna get the fuck out of there. Yami's gonna turn up and go, whoa! Well, maybe not, because he's thingy. The last few chapters have been they've been cool, but nothing, great. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm very excited to see what they've done. They've really picked up for me, so that's good. There was a lull, and now there's a rise. Go read Black Clover, everyone.
Yeah, go read it. Get on reading it. Don't watch it, apparently.
No, actually, just go fucking read it instead. You'll get to the good bits better, or quicker. But that's it. That's for Black Clover. I don't know. That's all we wanted to do.
We'll see how this plays out. It's certainly an interesting turn of events. This is probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah, there was a pretty cool fight. Sick-ass fight with the Emperor and Licht. Hopefully it goes on for a couple more chapters before it inevitably goes into its stalemate, 'cause I'm guaranteed that's what's happening. If it doesn't, I'll eat my cowboy hat. I'll release a video on the top 10 things I like about it. I'll do a top 10 video, because they aren't cancerous at all.
Top 10 best size.
Top 10 best size on a happy hour. Number 10. Do you remember Fat Man Scoop Sai? He's good. Number 9. Do you remember Nekomimi Pasta Sai? He's good. Anyway, moving on to the news. Newsy poos. Where's the news jingle?
Frick, I don't remember what it was. I have blues and I need my news for more blues.
There we go. Thanks, Manimal, for your... I don't know what's happened to your mic, but you've gone shitty quality.
I unplugged it by accident.
Ah, okay. Okay, that's probably what's happened. That's the explanation.
Am I back?
You're back! He's back!
Okay, let me theme again.
Okay.
I got the news! Yeah, we have guitars on it, too.
That sounded even better.
Frick. This is bad, wait. Okay. I got the blues, so I need the news for more blues.
Yeah. The news this week. There isn't none. There's not much at all. There's barely anything.
Not really anime-wise. As we talked about earlier, the Super Bowl is happening right now. Go back in time and watch it, I guess.
If you do watch it, you might see a TV spot.
I can't believe what Wayne Gretzky just did.
Wayne Gretzky's not in the Super Bowl.
Coryn, I believe something caught your eye when you were watching the Super Bowl.
Did catch my eye. I was cooking dinner, and then I heard some sound effects, and I rushed to the TV because I knew what they meant. The Star Wars trailer, it launched, or it was a spot. I don't know what we call these things nowadays.
Teaser.
It was like
More of a
teaser something. Teaser trailer. It was like 30 seconds long, but it showed a bunch of shots in the movie.
Yeah.
And visually, it looks very fun. I like it visually. That's all I can say about it right now. There's nothing else to it, really.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've actually seen some visuals, we can know this movie's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we knew it was going to happen
as well.
of course,
not even summer, Memorial Day, basic. Yeah, I guess that's the start of summer. But
wait,
yeah,
that's September. Well, whatever. But
Memorial Day's in May. Labor Day's in September.
Oh, I was thinking of something different.
Memorial Day is in May. It's May 28th.
I don't know. I don't keep up with you crazy Americans and your holidays.
Well, Memorial Day in Newfoundland is July 1st.
Good. I'm glad.
Great.
So, yeah, I mean, you get a brief shot of the actor who's going to play Han Solo.
Yeah, I don't
really
like
heavily in shadow.
I don't like the way he looks. Maybe it'll be different when we see the movie, but I don't like his look, you know.
In fairness,
once he has the hair on, as he does in the trailer, he looks a lot better than he does just like in normal shots of him. So I actually have a little more faith.
In fairness, he was very heavily, he was very obscured from view.
Yeah, he's very obscured. We get a pretty good shot of Lando, even though it lasts about a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
pretty fresh.
That's cool, you know.
It looks like Donald Glover with a beard. They didn't really change him up much. He's kind of got a cool, cutout hairstyle kind of thing. He looks like a 70s pimp, which is, well, yeah, Lando.
That's what Lando was.
That's basically what Lando was.
I think there's no reason to make this movie. I can't see like any kind of thing to get out of this, you know?
Yeah, there's no reason for this movie to exist, and I have zero expectations for it. So if it turns out to be okay, I'll be happy. You know?
Yeah, if it's fun, then it's achieved its purpose for me, I guess.
If it doesn't damage Han Solo in any way, I'll be fine with it.
Oh shit! There is some anime news, a little tidbit that's come through hot off the presses because I've just refreshed Anime News Network. But the live-action Bleach has revealed who's been casted as Rukia.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Costume. Huh? Hana Sugisaki is there. It doesn't mean anything to me, I'll be honest. But she looks fine. She looks okay.
She has a little different hairstyle, but it's fine. I didn't expect like full-on Rukia onion bulb hair.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to do that. She's got a little tuft of hair, I guess.
Yeah, she's got like a little ponytail and like the hair drop in front of her face, so that's nice. It's a nice touch. It's sort of in the same way early superhero movies were, where it's like, you can see where they're kind of pulling for it, but they're not really full on, you know.
Bring back that Superman bit of hair.
Yeah, we could do that. Anime movies haven't quite hit where Marvel movies are right now, where they're just, no, just make the character. Grow them in a vat if you have to. But yeah, it looks fine. Like, you know, she's got the sword in the costume. It's fine.
It's coming out in July, or apparently 20th of July. I still want to watch it before the end of the year, so I'm hoping it gets subbed somewhere.
Oh, we'll get subbed, I'm sure. Somebody on the internet. Maybe,
that was one of the things.
When does it come out exactly?
20th of July, it says. In Japan.
Okay. Then it'll take a little while to get subbed. By the end of the year, for sure. We'll have an episode on it.
Speaking of subbed, there was one thing that I was gonna watch, and that was the live-action Erased, because they've dropped that on Netflix now. However, if you go onto it on Netflix, it is the original. Obviously, it's Japanese, and they have English subtitles, but they also have English dubbed, like overdubbed, and it doesn't look good at all. Like, just the lip syncing is off. Oh, it doesn't look great. I couldn't watch it. So, hopefully as a Japanese, like, just give them the original language and just read the subtitles, I'm hoping. Because I cannot watch that dubbed over the Japanese. Just watching a mouth fall out of sync. It's gonna be weird. This ain't a 70s Chinese movie.
Yeah.
But I loved watching those back on Spike TV, back when I was like 13.
Yeah. Gotta love the old school kung fu. But nah, not what I want in a serious drama. But, is there anything else for you guys news-wise? Because I know it's very thin on the ground. Before we get into what we've been watching.
No, right when you said you thought of another piece of news, in my mind immediately thought, oh, I should bring up the Rukia thing. And then you brought up the Rukia thing, so I'm kind of done.
I just saw that by chance. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is selling. It sold 2 million copies, so yeah, it's selling good. That's all we've got to say about that. Manimal plays the jingle for what we've been watching this season.
Okay. There's no reason but the season.
Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time for your favorite segment of the show. And it is the what we've been watching this season. Pardon me. So, I'm going to open up the floor because Manimal, very quickly, you've not watched anything, have you?
No.
Okay. Easy then. Let's
Short
pass
and
over
sweet.
to Coryn. What have you been watching?
Lots of stuff. Okay, so going down the list, I guess, Garo continues to be extremely good.
Mm.
Like, I can't expound how... It's just so good. It's so good.
It's just good.
It's
up to like episode 17 or something now.
Yeah, it's going to 24, I believe, or 25, something like that.
It's a 2-core. Did not expect that when I first saw it.
Yeah, so that's really... Yeah, and then, I should say, I dropped Hoshin Enji. right? I talked about
the
that
old remakey thing?
That's the old remakey one. But it's not consistent thematically during a single episode. It's really weird because like there was one episode, the last one I watched, I think it was the third episode. But like you start the episode and two people commit suicide, and then like the next scene's a bunch of like slapstick comedy.
That's
It's
the
paced at
natural progression.
No, it's not. It's paced at 1,000 miles an hour. But like the people who commit suicide were supposed to have like, oh, this is why this person is like the way they are, and we should have an emotional connection here so we can understand. But they literally show up just to die. It's very old, I guess. I think times have moved on, and we just don't like it as much as we used to, you know?
Oh, just don't like it. It's out of touch. You're old news.
Yeah, so dropping that one behind. Then what else? Junji Ito continues to be hit and miss, I would say, because I like it. Usually every episode there's two stories, and one of them really gets me going, and the other is usually kind of meh.
One's butter in your roll, one's
not butter in my
it
roll.
with that hard
Like,
butter that just rips it up.
The most recent episode, the first one, was really cool because like it's about a guy, like a high school kid, and he has a gateway to like alternate dimensions in his house. So like people from alternate dimensions keep accidentally like walking into his bedroom at night.
That sounds pretty fun, actually.
It's really cool, and like a girl comes over to see it because he tells her about it, and she like disappears, and he has to save her from an alternate version of himself that's trying to like create a drug that makes himself grow taller because he's kind of short, and he just ends up like exploding into a skeleton. And then they're just stuck in an alternate reality, and the last shot is like of their feet, and they're walking through a doorway, and the feet of the guy, another pair of feet from the same dude, just appears in front. So it's like, oh no, shit, there's another one that might be evil or not, who knows? And it's called like the ongoing tale of Takashi or something like that, so I think it's going to come back around.
Yeah.
Because the second one was the kid with the nails again.
Oh.
Nail
kid.
It's kind of a nice palate cleanser, almost, because he gets his comeuppance in the end of each story he's been in so far.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But yeah, I don't know. Usually, half of Junji Ito I'll really like, the other half, not so much. But never, like, bad. And then, can I just say, gods, please save us from Pop Team Epic? Because it's going to consume me. There won't be anything left.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. The most recent episode with just how the first half of it is just like another anime entirely.
That was my favorite one so far.
It's fantastic. But oh my god, it was an entire different anime.
So to explain, the first half of the 5th episode was the Pipami and Papako were husband and wife, and their sibling, their son and daughter, had to become step-siblings, but they were in love. It was basically Citrus, I guess. They were in love at school, but they were like wasters as parents, and they just go to the pachinko hall all day and like spend rent money.
And then one of them, then the girl stabs the son, who is also her crush. And it's that kind of weird thing, but it is done in like a very sort of, it's only not coming to mind, shoujo art style.
Yeah.
Very shoujo, and like nobody moves. It's sort of like watching Trigger, where everyone's just like cardboard cutouts of themselves.
Oh, I just loved it. And then at the very end, it's just the babies. I'm still watching that with my girlfriend, who she watches Pop Team Epic with us, and I just like looking at her face of it. Because, I mean, she's like, what is going on? As if, like, I'd have any idea of what the fuck it is. I'm just like, it's...
This episode was particularly hard to grasp.
I was like, that's just what it is. It is what it is. It's just accept it, and it's easier that way.
Because, like, specifically, there was one little bit where Papako's like, I like long strokes. And Pipimi shows up and she like pats her head, and then her neck starts growing long, like comes back around on different angles on the screen like it's fucking Centipede. But there's the two versions of it with the male and the female voice actors. And the female voice actors, the Papako voice actress keeps going, Marilyn Monroe, for some goddamn reason.
I totally missed that because I only watched the guy version.
Yeah, that happened. In the guy version, the Papako voice actor is just like, man, I wonder what they're going to do with this scene. And the Pipimi voice actor is like, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe we should just ad-lib a bunch of weird shit.
So it's like, maybe put the name of the producers on this side.
Yeah, and like the weird pop-ups with the producers' names didn't appear. That was just them ad-libbing, and then they put in the animation later. Oh my god. I don't know what the fuck's up with this show. I'm so scared.
Oh, it's fun. I will be sad when it's over.
Yeah, I'm slightly scared. It won't be over. It will just keep going. Like, what if it doesn't end?
That'd be the ultimate troll. They just keep looping the same season over and over till they've got enough content to start again.
Because I did notice when the second half of the episode started that it came up with "This is a repeat podcast" on the little upper corner.
Oh, yeah. Huh. It's definitely not been on before. Unless, I might
have just missed it. I mean, it's in Japanese, so it may be hard to catch.
Yeah, I'm with you. As in the second, yeah, I'm with you now. The second half is a repeat.
Yeah, second half. Because I do watch both sides just to see where the jokes change. Because at this point, I'm pretty convinced that a lot of the jokes just depend on the voice actors at the moment. Because I think they're definitely ad-libbing a lot of this, so things will happen.
It sure seems like it. You can definitely get that sense from it. Surprise, surprise. But they're just fucking about.
Yeah, so that's real fun. And then, I guess the last show is Darling in the Franxx. Franks?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I didn't get all the way through last episode when I was listening to it. I was interrupted.
Episode 4 or?
No, the last happy hour.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't know where everyone's standing at the moment.
Okay.
But personally, I watch it and it's almost like I'm hypnotized. Does that make sense? I think it's
hypnotized by that pink-haired girl.
Not necessarily. I am hypnotized by Trigger. Might be more accurate to say.
Yeah.
I like watching Trigger animation. It puts me at ease. It's very strange to put it that way, but yeah, I watch it and it just like, oh, Trigger, this is good. It fills a hole in my soul to a certain degree.
I get what you. Yeah, I get you. When I watch it, it's on and I pay full attention to it, and then it's over. And it doesn't feel like a 25-minute thing that I've just watched. It's had my whole attention until it's over.
It goes by very quick. I mean, the part of the thing is, as we've discussed before, I like robots. I like big robots. I like girls. I like robot girls. And as it turns out, I like big robot girls. Because I really like this idea. Obviously, it's all heavily drowning in innuendo, which I could go without.
Oh,
it's so much innuendo. But I really am enraptured by this idea that there's two pilots, and one of them becomes the robot, but the other one's piloting, but is also kind of the robot.
Yeah.
Because the fact that when they're like synced up and they're piloting, the guy is still coming in with his own voice, and if he pops up on the screen of another pilot, it's his face. But if it's one of the girls, it's the robot's face.
Yeah. Which begs the question, where the fuck is that camera that's taking that feed?
Yeah, that is a good question. Maybe it's computer generated. But, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it, a certain je ne sais quoi, let's say, that is, I just find really attractive. Again, I could really do without all the weird innuendo stuff going on, but I don't think we can get away with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's mainly Trigger or A1 that's doing all that
Gotta
nonsense?
be Trigger. It's Trigger.
You say that, but Trigger's not always this bad.
I think there's something going on where it's so...
Kill la Kill wasn't this bad. It's
so on the nose. Like, my problem with it is, because it's like they want to be this sort of deep foot. So, I get it, the Pacific Rim, obviously they merge and they've got to, be perfectly compatible with their minds. But then there's the whole body thing and it's like, oh, I'm linking with your body and this whole, I'm
getting so deep inside of you.
And as you say with the innuendo, it's very much linked to sex and sexual psychology and stuff, and like, being together, being as one. That's why the girl's sort of in the position that they are, and the controls come out of the girl's butts, like their hips, and they just use the handles by the hips, and they link into each other. And but it's like, they're almost really smug about it, going, look how clever we are, mirroring how good, like, their compatibility in terms of being, in a relationship is also mirrored with their ability to pilot a robot. Isn't this a clever, dichotomy that we have here? Isn't this so deep? And it's not really. It's just sort of, okay, yeah, I get it. It's sort of, if they want to fuck, then sure, they can pilot. Like, I guarantee there will be an episode where Ichigo and fucking Hiro ride together, because why not? That'll happen, because she's in love with him.
Maybe.
Or did they already?
I'm not convinced
they
about...
already did.
Yeah, they kind of did. I'm not convinced about all their relationships, though, right? Because they don't even know what kissing was. They don't know what fucking is. They've been raised in a bubble. Like, they have this weird sexual thing going on, but it doesn't, like, translate into the rest of their lives.
I guess.
It's very strange. And again, they made this connection like, man, you two are practically siblings. And I think that might be why she feels so weird about the whole thing.
Yeah, it's right? Japan.
It is Japan, I know. But I also feel like they're maybe being a little bit more earnest about that.
Yeah.
Because the show is nothing if not earnest.
Yeah. I'm not ragging on, like, overall, I'm enjoying it. It's not the classic so far that I thought it could be, given the pedigree.
I will give it time, because we're very early in still.
It is 24 episodes, I will say. Definitely 24 episodes. Hiro is meh, he's okay. He's not terrible, but he's okay.
I like Hiro a lot more when he's actually, like, trying to show his emotions about stuff.
The fact, I was going to say, I'm actually glad that they made him proactive in this episode. He was proactive, and they sort of showed his positive traits. And, oh yeah, this dude, he had some fear about riding with this monster girl, and there was some uncertainty, but then he actually wanted to go. 02, I'm still a bit unsure of. It's just, this is, you see pictures of her everywhere, because the anime fandom's loving pink-haired titty girl.
I mean, she's a pink-haired titty girl with horns. I dig it, but, like, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I mean, because if we remember back to the beginning of the first episode, she shows up with, what was it? No, she shows up as, like, full demon form.
Oh,
remember that?
No?
Yeah, she shows up like she's all, like, beet red and her horns are all grown out.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Yeah, that's how the first episode starts.
Ah, shit.
So we gotta get to that at some point.
Yeah, she's gonna go out of control at some point. Once we get a bit more of her backstory, I think that'll be better. I just don't like... I'm not a massive fan of the badass monster girl who's better than everyone, 'cause she is.
I think, like, per Trigger's normal, about halfway through, there's gonna be a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, we've seen it in Gurren Lagann, we've seen it in Kill la Kill. I never watched Kiss Niver, but at some point I should. But, like, there's always a turn where everything kind of flips on its head. Or it gets much bigger than it was beforehand. And I think there's a lot of room to grow, because there's so much we don't know about it right now.
Yeah, they've been in their plantation and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely, like I say, I'm not tapping out of it. It's 4 episodes in of 24. So, there's plenty of time for it to develop. We'll just have to see where it goes, I guess.
Yeah, well, no. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it. That's all I watched, though.
Okay, fair enough. For me, then, watch Pop Team Epic. We spoke about that. Watch Darling in a Franxx. Spoke about that. right this second, I've just realised that I forgot to watch Violet Evergarden episode 4. Probably not missed much, in truth. As pretty as it is, it's like the most amazing looking meal, and you sit down and it's gorgeous and it looks beautifully crafted, and then it's just bland. And it's not the best tasting meal ever. That's my analogy for Violet Evergarden. A shit analogy, but one I'll stick with all the same. We'll still watch it. I think I've settled into my 6 shows now, and they are Pop Team Epic, Citrus, Darling in the Franxx, Kokaku, Violet Evergarden, and Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens. So I haven't watched Violet Evergarden this week. I need to do that, so I'll report back with the 2 episodes next week. Citrus, episode 5 happened, and this was to the point that I got up to, I think, when we were reading it for the Manga Exchange last year. So you, Manimal, you'll know because you've read the manga. This is the episode where we find out about Yuzu's father and what happened to her father, and then she goes to meet him, and then at the very end of the episode, Mei's father comes back into the apartment. And it's all like, holy shit. So, can you remember that part of the manga?
I don't.
Okay, well... This is what really annoys me about the show, because I enjoy it, and Yuzu's likable. Mei, she's not a massive fan, but Yuzu's a likable character. And it's nice, and it's got charm to it. But it's written ass backwards, and I can totally tell when you talk about don't argue with Yuri logic, I can see where they've just gone, we need some Yuri in this. We need to put some Yuri in there. But the whole story would be way more effective if it was a slow burn, and they built up to the relationship and the physical action. I know that that's me looking at it from a different way, like as a normal romance as opposed to like a Yuri action thing. Do you know what I mean? But case in point, perfect case in point. Okay. They're on the subway. They're really pushed together. Yuzu's breathing on Mei's ear, and it's kind of making her blush because her ears are very sensitive. So she goes in and licks her ear to like make her aroused. On the train, in front of people. Yeah. And that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing in this. It's just like, oh, sorry about that. Let me buy you some crepes and stuff, and ice cream. So they go into this place, they buy some sweets and desserts and shit, and then she notices what Mei is eating, gets all embarrassed and flustered, and goes, oh my god, if I ask for a bite of that, I could have an indirect kiss. No, motherfucker, you just licked her ear in public. That's more than sharing food. That comes before that in terms of what you should be embarrassed to do. It's so backwards. You've already pinned her down and forced a kiss on her. She's pinned you up in the bathroom and forced you to kiss her. These are already things that have happened and been established. You can't get embarrassed about an indirect kiss. That's dumb.
Yuri logic.
But it ruins it because it's like, oh yeah, because it was, she's sees that Mei needs family, so she goes, tell you what, even though I fancy her, I just want to fuck my sister, I won't. I'm going to be the big sister that she needs. So she tries to do that, and that's great. That's what we need. They don't need to keep injecting, because it just shatters this thing. It just shatters the whole relationship and dynamic that they have between them. Because in real life, if someone just pinned you against the wall, there's no going back to where you were. That's ruined what you had up until then. It's just forgotten about in this. And it's my first Yuri show, so maybe I've gone in with different expectations, but, maybe I have to just step off it a little bit and just let it play out. It's still enjoyable, still will be watching it, but those moments really just throw me off, because it's so out of place with the rest of the story.
Can't think too hard about stuff like this.
I guess, but I want to, because it's a nice story, it has nice visual aesthetic to it, and characters are generally likable, there's some nice comedy on there. It's a good show. And I feel like those moments detract from it. But, hey-ho, that's what it is. I'm expecting different than what it actually is. It's me who's the problem in this situation. Next that I watched, I'll go with Kokaku, which I can't talk about, because I've just realized I spoke about it last week, because it comes out on a Monday. And we spoke about it last week, so episode 4. It's good. Watch Kokaku. And finally, probably my favorite show of this season is Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens. Didn't think this would be anything, but each episode has improved upon itself, and it's really fun. Really fun. has enough clever twists and turns in it. The plot wrapped up in episode 4, at least what I thought was going to be the main plot, all 12 episodes, has happened. It just came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay, so they've wrapped that bit up. I guess, what are they going to do now? Turns out the Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens is what they call their amateur baseball team. So unless it's going to turn for the next 8 episodes into just a baseball sports anime, I don't know, with these hitmen. Who knows? But it's a really fun one, that is. I would definitely recommend it. So if you're into something that's a bit more seinen, sort of crime, thriller, detective-y shit goes on. So watch that. It's fun. Each episode has steadily built on the last one. There's been more and more that's on there. Episode 4 is really satisfying. So I can't recommend it enough for this season. If you want some action, or a bit of mystery and stuff, go for that. But that's all for me this week. What did you get? Coryn, I understand that there was one show that you forgot to mention.
I did forget to mention it. It slipped my mind because there's not a lot to talk about on it. But How to Raise a Mummy continues to be amazing. Because they introduced... because if you watch the PVs or just the intro, you'll notice there's a bunch of little monsters, and they finally introduced the second one and kind of introduced the third one. But it's like a tiny little Oni child, and that's what they keep calling it. It's just Oni child. Because I guess people just... Within the orange-haired kids, friend group, people just, understand that weird shit exists. Because he's surrounded by weird shit. It's really good. Watch it. They're all adorable.
That's what we've been watching. We'll get on with it next week again. Manimal will definitely have watched something by that time as well.
It's unlikely.
Manimal's just tapped out of this season. Who would have thought we'd see the day where I was watching more than you were?
Yeah, well, I got stuff to do, less time, music to make. You know how it goes.
You always say that as if no one else has got any. I've got no time. Unlike you fuckers, I've got no time.
No, I'm just lazy.
I've got albums to make.
I'm just lazy. It's not like I spend every waking moment on my music. I don't. And when you listen to my music, you can clearly tell that it's stuff that I've made really quickly.
Hey, are you telling me that Goldmanski was not a passion project born from the fruit of labor of many, many years?
Oh, it was, but
Thought so.
No, I'm just lazy. I don't feel like it, and I'm so behind that I'm like,
Don't get too lazy, because I have a challenge for you two.
Aye.
And indeed, Nair, or anyone who's listening at home, and if you're going to be on the episode next week, you have some homework to do.
Oh no!
So here is the mission, guys.
Done with homework.
As you've noticed on the calendar, next week's episode will be released on the 14th of February, which is a very special day, which is Valentine's Day.
Oh boy!
So it's the season of love. So what I want you guys to do, I want you to go away to the deepest, darkest corners of the internet.
Oh.
I want you to find the worst romantic fan fiction that you can find. Keep it nice and short. I want something that's really short.
Oh, but the worst romantic fan fictions always go on for 20 chapters. That's what makes them the worst.
I guess. Well, I want something nice, short, nothing too graphic, nothing too, we kind of... This ain't the ecchi show. This ain't the hentai sode. We don't want anything too, explicit. Something just nice. We want... Going back to last episode, we want Sword Art Online chapter 16.5 level of detail and graphicness. But yeah, I want you to go away, find your worst one that you can, and we're going to be doing some dramatic readings next week for our really lovely, wonderful fan fictions. Or we can, if you want to write your own, you can. Sure, go for it. Want to put your name to that?
Net. Fanfiction.net, my old darkest friend.
I'm already writing one.
I will. Oh god, yeah.
Can we just reread Mugi SK? Because I think we can take...
You can read something from my Facebook page.
Oh god.
I will admit, I have had a cursory glance because I went on fanfiction.net, searched for mature audiences and romance, and then the first tag that I could see was Dragon Ball Z, so I just clicked on that. And I found a lovely little one talking about how Master Roshi goaded Piccolo into having sex with him. It was so funny. Like how they had a candle, he kind of coerced him into it and convinced him into trying. to have man-on-namic relations. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
That was from a 10-minute search, so I guess you guys have got a week, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
I mean, I already found the ultimate one before, but, well, that was on an unreleased episode, so there's still a chance.
There you go. You can bring that up on next week's episode, because it's the Summer of Love. We're going to have to do some, maybe before the month's gone as well, we're going to do some romance writing tips. Because we're all experts in the field, obviously.
Obviously.
Do you guys have some romance writing tips? I feel like we could do this.
No.
How would I?
I don't feel like you guys are confident in this.
I'm not really a romance writer.
Neither am I, but I reckon I could come up with... Fuck it. No, we're not going to do it on the show. Tell you what I'm going to do, right? Here's what we're going to do. If you go on to youtube.com, go on to the Manga Raiders Happy Hour podcast channel, around the week of Valentine's Day, if you look on there, you are going to find a video by Vacant.
Oh, stop. You're not going to actually do this.
With his tips for writing romance. Yes, I am saying it on air now. This is a challenge, a gauntlet that I'm laying down. No. I'm going to do it.
So what if you don't do it? What is your punishment?
If I do not do this, what can we do?
You give me $50.
I will watch in its entirety any show that you want me to watch. In its entirety.
I don't know if you do that. Yeah, don't forget there's a lot of shows with a lot of episodes. You might want to change the rules a bit, because I know you won't play by them.
Point, because I don't want to watch an entire One Piece, but if that's what I've got to do, I've got to do it.
You're not.
I'm not saying I'm going to finish it.
Let's keep it under 100 episodes for his sake.
Let's keep it under 12 episodes. Never mind, he's not actually going to watch 2.
Yeah, what we watching? What we watch? Okay, that's what we're going to say. We'll leave you guys to decide. So it could be anything at all. It could be hentai. It could be infomercials for frying pans. It could be...
Well, there's just one I saw about a babysitter.
Frying pans.
One saw about what?
What?
What did you say, Manimal? You
talking about Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Don't let me watch the entirety of Fairly Odd Parents. I wouldn't even know where to find it. But that's the challenge. The challenge I've laid down for myself now I think about it. Why have I done that? What have I've just backed myself into a corner and to make a shitty video. But it's going to be glorious, I'm sure.
Well, didn't Lego make a video like that?
Yeah, he did. And I said I was going to make one and I never did. But this year's different, baby. He's got a camera now, so there's no excuse.
This year's
there's
different.
No editing work.
Get ready for my first impression videos. That's what
they're coming.
You said that so many times, Mister.
Don't mister me. I've got a couple of topics as well. Shall we? I don't know how long this episode's been going, so we
not
can
too long.
Let's get into a topic. I'm in the mood for conversation, guys.
If you have a topic.
Because we haven't really tackled a topic in the last few weeks, or maybe it might even be the last few months. So I was listening to a podcast the other week, and I've seen a few people retweeting these things on Twitter as well. And it seems to be something that I've noticed a lot, and it's a consensus on the subreddit of anime and all sorts. Basically, people are really challenging this view that there is an overwhelming amount of negativity in the anime fandom as a whole. There's an overwhelming amount of negativity that shouldn't be there. And there's people who want to challenge that. They're saying it's not right that there's people who are being negative. People should just be allowed to like what they want to like. And we celebrate people who are negative, who are these people who tear down and bully others for what they like. First of all, is that your perception of the anime fandom, that it's overwhelmingly negative?
Every single fandom is negative. Anything you go on the outspoken people, the negativity always rises over anything else in any form of anything. If you go on the frickin' Kiss forum, all you see is negativity because the negative voices overwhelm everybody else. So it gives you the perception that everyone's negative.
Mm-hmm.
You know? When you think of even the simplest of things, like all it takes is a little negativity to make you think everything's bad, you know? I think of the way people talk about my own city. Overwhelmingly negative, right? But it's only a couple of people who really rant about this stuff. most people who are into even like anime or whatever don't even say anything. I don't go on these subreddits or whatever. I don't give a shit, you know. But the people go. I mean, what are you gonna do? I love this series. It's really good. Do you want to read? Do you want to read that, or do you want to read a whole entire massive critique about something, or like just ripping into something because that's more fun? I mean, again, the negative voices always overwhelm everything else.
It's interesting that you said about the being more fun with the negative bit. I'll touch on that in a second.
Yeah, that's true. Because if all you did was make a video, like if I made a whole video, well, it depends on the topic.
We'll talk. That's actually one of the follow-up things that I wanted to ask.
Because that's the way I'm. If somebody made a whole video of why they hate K-On!, I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
How about you, Coryn? What are your thoughts on that in terms of the perception that it's overwhelming negative?
I think I kind of have to, I don't know, fall into the condom of just let people like whatever they like out of default, because I don't pay attention to the anime fandom, basically outside of our small friend group here. Because I don't give a shit what they think anyways.
I agree with that as well. Because I hate the anime subreddit. I just despise it altogether, and I just have absolutely no interest in ever looking at that kind of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate Reddit as a whole entire being.
Yeah,
that's a different topic. That's
part of it. And like, I've tried to watch some anime YouTubers, and I just don't like any of them.
I don't like watching people talk about anime, which is weird because I like to talk to people about it in real life and you guys and everything, but I don't like watching people talk about it.
Like, it gets to the point where you just feel like you're being talked to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, with anything like this in any kind of fandom or anything, it's weird because it's just an entertainment medium. It's just a fun thing, but this is a greater thought that I'm thinking of right now that I can't formulate in words right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like the only one I've ever managed to get behind or even like sympathize with is Demolition D, and look what happened to him.
No, with anime YouTubers, I don't like. There's just something inherently I don't like. The thing I hate the most. This is really random. I hate when people say, "I've heard good things about that. I've heard bad things about that." You know, that's actually a completely different point. Never mind.
When they allow the perception of something to influence what they would.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
decision.
I think anime YouTubers can be good. I know that. There have been things I watched because Digi talked about them one time or whatever, or something.
I mean, I've watched stuff. I watched all the movies on his like watch movie list, and I'm better for it.
But yeah, I don't know. There's something about like just people talking about anime, which is weird because that's what we talk about sometimes. But I don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's the same with anything like. There's always negative people and everything. Like I said, on the KISS forum, do you want to see the most bitter middle-aged people you can find? Go on any band, any old band, the KISS forum, the AC/DC
If I wanted to see bitter people, I'd go on the Manga Mavericks, which is all the people who are outcasted from Manga Raiders. They're just there bitching.
We're the happy-go-lucky kind, you know?
No, but if you go on the KISS forum, you'll find people complaining about. It's like, why do they even care? Like. Who cares if the band is still going and Paul's voice sounds like shit? It doesn't matter to you. Who gives a shit? Because they have this investment. Because over time, they builds this investment, and whenever that thing you love so much is like waning or whatever, it's immediate. It's like an almost personal kind of thing. If you get what I mean.
Spent that much time with it,
and even I think that can relate to anime in some way.
Try and relate it back to anime.
I'm trying, but it's different because the KISS fandom and the anime fandom are totally different things because the KISS fandom is extremely secluded to an exact demographic of people that have a couple of random younger people.
That's true. I guess the anime fandom is a far wider demographic.
Well, because the anime is just the medium. Obviously, KISS is not a medium of music. It's a part of a greater medium.
Yeah, but somehow the fact that it's anime transcends the fact that it's just a medium, and I think that has a lot to do with the negative stereotypes we've built up over the years.
There's so much with it. I mean, again, well, okay, there's some things. Like if someone was just talking about like, I like Sword Art because da-da-da, instantly the response would be, what's wrong with you? It's shit. You should watch something good like Serial Experiments, Captain Crunch, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's be honest, Sword Art is objectively not good.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, if somebody legitimately enjoys it, we'll still make fun of it.
If someone legitimately enjoys Sword Art, I'm not going to stop making fun of Sword Art. But if they enjoy it, that's their thing, and they can like it. I'm not going to hate them for liking it. I just disagree with them violently.
That's always the thing. How can you like this? It's such shit. You should watch good things like this and this and this. You don't know anything good.
Opinions are ultimately subjective. Yeah. And as you said, I think you've hit the nail on the head with it, is my thing with it is, yes, there is a lot of negativity around, if you want to perceive it as negativity, but it's never anything personal. Most people will say, I don't like this show. They don't say, I don't like you because you like this show.
See,
I don't give a fuck what you like.
This is the thing with
I can
opinions.
Make fun of it.
The thing with opinions is you can take it personal, which is weird if you have so much investment in something and someone starts shitting on it, and instantly it's personal.
Who cares?
What? If you insulting K-On, you insulting Love Live to my face? Like, you know, it's that kind of silly thing where I remember I was listening to some podcast once, and it was an okay podcast, but the guy was like, yeah, Clannad is a piece of shit, so I immediately stopped the episode and never listened to the podcast again. You know? Because I was just like, I hate you now, and I never listened to that show again.
How dare you?
You know?
No, I don't. I genuinely don't care. I mean, I've grown up liking wrestling, and I know a lot. That's the same.
Well, if you like wrestling, you get so much shit that eventually
it's the same argument that people go, "Why do you like that?" I just do. I like it.
Just do.
I'll say, why does anyone like John Cena?
Yeah.
That's all you need to ask.
But no, I mean, I think John Cena is pretty understandable. But even I think it's the same thing with Kiss, right? You always get all the shit, but they're just the stupid band that used images and blah 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 blah. See it all goes back to Kiss somehow.
It all goes back to Kiss. Negative. Oh, where did I can't remember where the fuck I went. So, for me, you can enjoy whatever the fuck you want, providing that it's not a creepy thing that could potentially land you in jail, and it's not right. Like, if you're there going, come on, guys, can you stop messing with my lowly show? Stop picking on me because I like my lowly show, where it shows the graphic rape of a lowly character. That'd be a questionable thing then. I'd say if you enjoy that, that's questionable. But if you're just like, I enjoy Sword Art Online, or I enjoy...
If you just enjoy a little bit of Chuny Armpit, then
If you enjoy a little bit of Chuny Armpit and you're not harming anyone, that's fine. Whatever. But my thing is, if there's something on the internet, you have the right to criticize it. No one has the right to listen. No, you don't have the right to be listened to, but you certainly have the right to criticize something. Just as I put my opinion out on the internet, if someone thinks I'm wrong, and you know they can prove me wrong, then sure, go for it.
Well, because you're putting yourself out on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, even in any kind of format, you immediately open yourself up to any kind of response.
We have comments. If I see something on Twitter, and it's dumb, I'll point it out as dumb. You've put it out on the internet. It's dumb. I'm entitled to say it's dumb. You're entitled to ignore the fact that I've said it's dumb. You know, can't bitch and moan about it. But the other thing that we said is also when you were talking about it, there's a perception that we praise and put on a negative, like YouTubers who are overly critical, or people who do just tear things down or attack franchises and certain things. Are idolized over those who praise things, and people are like, that's not right. But you said it, Manimal. It's in a nutshell, it's more entertaining to almost be critical of something.
Oh yeah,
to dissect and analyze.
Like, what if, like in the classic angry video game nerd videos, he just suddenly started talking about, I love this game because you know. Like, it's fun when someone's just shitting on something so much, because it's like just a funny thing sometimes. It's kind of like,
funny.
People react strongly to anger.
Exactly. There's more opportunity for sarcasm, for wit, for comedy when you don't like something. You can do funny comparisons. You can do all that shit. But also as well, it's more interesting when they critique something they feel is wrong or bad. There's then room for them to explain clearly why. Whereas when something is really good, when you explain why, it's never as impactful. Because you never, if someone goes, oh, the cinematography is really good of this because of this, and this, it's just information being told to you. If someone goes, this is a really terrible shot, this is what they could have done instead, it's like your brain is working with them and go, yeah, no, I can picture that.
Well,
I'm getting more engaged with it.
When you praise something, that can be interesting as well, because there could be elements to it that you don't necessarily notice. But
I'm not saying that praising things is bad. Like, I'm not saying that
there's a certain level where I think it just gets pedantic. If I work in broad strokes, I guess.
Well, yeah, with praising,
you want to tear it down, but like build it up at the same time.
And yeah, and with praising, sometimes it gets excessive where you think like, okay, you're faking it by now. That's too much positivity. If I want to go back to the Kiss forum, for instance, there are always there'll be people who are just so enthusiastic that they're just like, you can't be serious. You're just doing this to counter the negative people.
I mean, case in point, look no further than our show. One of our favourite episodes is episode 73, and that was when we were very critical on the piece of shit that was Handshakers. It was fun. It was funny.
Well, yeah, because you're talking about something that's just bad. No one's going to actually be like, oh, Handshakers is good.
I am positive there's people out there who must think, but Handshakers is good.
I don't think so.
I guarantee there's some people out there. It wouldn't have got made and released and put on Crunchyroll if they didn't think there was some people who thought it was good.
I don't know about that. But
do you know what I also learnt about this week? That got made into a show, and now I don't know why, because we ignored it roundly when it was on. A Centaur's Life. Do you know what the first chapter of Centaur's Life is?
Is it porn?
Kind of. It's, obviously, she's a half horse, half girl, and a guy says that he liked her, and she, like, runs off, and her mates are like, why did you run away? He said he liked you, he's interested in you. And the reason she ran off was because she was self-conscious, because she has a horse vagina. And her friends look at her horse vagina and say, "Oh no, it's okay. It doesn't look that bad, actually.
That's actually
look like a cow's vagina."
That's actually kind of interesting.
That's not interesting.
That's
not fucking stupid.
That's very strange. I'm confused.
And that's it. That's the first chapter. That's what they get introduced to.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, like...
But this is a case in point. I found it really dumb. Manimal says it's interesting, worth a read. They're two different opinions. I'm not going, Manimal, you're a fucking idiot. You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, I mean, it's weird opinions and everything. Obviously, everyone has strong opinions about something. Obviously, I do. You do. Everyone does. Maybe you don't. I don't know about you, Vacant, but...
I try. I don't always give like really strong opinions about things, because if I don't like something, I tend not to watch it. Like, if I was making videos, like YouTube is different. If you're making content and you know that people respond better to, like, if I was to go full blown to YouTube and make reviews for anime, I would absolutely target those ones that are well known and well hated, if that makes sense. Because then you've got guaranteed revenue, guaranteed views.
There's even some things where, again, if you make another video hating on sword art, for instance, that's not interesting.
Mine wasn't hating. When I made my anime surgery, it was what they could have done differently.
I wasn't even talking about that. But
that terrible, terrible fucking thing.
No, I like it because you were talking so seriously on it. You're like, this is how we can fix it. We can make it better.
Yeah, I was super ill.
I think negativity... This is getting off topic, but it relates. There's a whole Facebook page about pretty much just hate for my city, you know? And once you read that for a while, it makes you start to feel bad about stuff, you know? Once you see enough of, because I hate to use words like this, but it's like the toxic negativity, you know?
Yeah.
Where it really gets in your head after you read it enough, you know?
Yeah, and negative reinforcement.
Like, and it just bothers me now. I can't even look at that page anymore because it just legitimately bothers me, you know? Like, and even on the Kiss forum, when people keep harping on the same points over and over, it's like, okay, shut up. I get it. You know?
So today we learned Manimal goes on a Kiss forum.
I don't go on there anymore.
You should go back on there. Make a
No, I don't like it. I don't like it on there. And I never fit in on the Kiss forum anyways. No one really liked me on there.
Oh.
I've been going on there since 2009, but no one's ever really liked me.
Because you were an annoying kid.
Actually, it's funny. I was an annoying
13.
kid. I made 13. When I was 13, I made an account on the Kiss forum. My first account, I made this whole thread about Gene Simmons is a terrible bass player. He's not, but at this time I thought he was. And then I was embarrassed, so I made another account. But then I kept embarrassing myself again, so I made another account. This happens a lot on message boards. Sometimes when I was younger, I would just say really stupid stuff and then regret it later and make another account and pretend that never happened.
So, are we saying that Manimal is not your first account on Manga?
No, it is. I was older then. I wasn't 13 anymore when I made that.
Someone check his email. Coryn, you're an admin. Check his email.
I'm sorry.
I'm
reading the first chapter of a Centaur's life.
Didn't I tell you guys?
Why are you doing that?
Didn't I tell you guys?
You brought it up, and I had to because I had to question what the fuck actually.
Gotta see that horse pussy.
Wait, didn't I tell you guys about the first message board I went on and the post that I've never been able to reread even all this time?
No.
There was a Valentine's Day poetry contest.
Oh God.
In 2008. Okay. I think.
Yeah.
2008. So I was still 11, and I made a poem. Okay, I think this is 2008. So you think what movie came out in 2007? Transformers. So I made a whole poem about you are hotter than Megan Fox, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. So
please find that and please read it out next week.
To this date, no, I can't. The forum's erased now.
Oh.
So I could never. I got a bunch of replies on that thread, but I was not able to read them because I was so embarrassed that I couldn't even go in and delete my post. I immediately regretted my whole entire life from that. Well, because that was a weird time, That was just a strange time in my life.
I don't know. Yeah, we're getting off the rails. That was just something I wanted to bring up. I've seen it come up a few times.
No, I know. Any fandom in the world has a bunch of negativity, and negativity is really loud, and it speaks louder than any kind of positivity there is.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of. You can think of the greatest film you've ever watched. As soon as you hear one negative voice, you keep thinking of the one. Even if you make videos and you get hundreds of amazing, this is great, you're so good, and then you get one comment that's like, you're shit, and it really digs into you. What are you going to remember?
But it shouldn't, though. I mean, I guess it goes down to the kind of person you are.
What if you make a video and someone critiques an exact element of yourself that really just gets to you because you agree with it? It's like a negative comment that you understand. You would remember that more.
If it's something that's derogatory and it's something that's a negative trait of yours, then you can identify it and attempt to change it.
I know. I'm just saying,
if it's something beyond your control, there's something that you don't have to worry about.
You would remember the negative comment.
Like your voice.
You'd remember the negative comment more than "Good job, bro. Nice video. That's good. Yeah. I like this."
So with negativity, if it's directed at you, I know this is getting off the whole that anime, but negativity directed at you, if it's constructive, the same thing with your writing. If someone is constructive, that's fine. If it's just negativity for negativity's sake, then it's subjective. If they provide some constructive reasons, then that's useful to you. But if not, then fuck it. As you said, there's fandoms always have negativity.
Like the Kiss one.
No, don't shut the fuck up about Kiss, please.
I'm so happy that I got to talk about this on this episode.
Don't give a shit about negativity. Like I say, if some people are being negative about a show that you like, that's fine. Unless, it's somewhat reprehensible morally. Then, that's a bit weird. But don't give a shit.
Yeah, like Big Order.
Enjoy it. It's fun. Sure. It's funny to critique things. It's funny. So just go with it. Roll with it.
Again,
that's all.
If I launch into a rant about why something is shit, it's better than if I launch into a rant on why something's good. That's the basis of this all.
Exactly. But that's all from us. That's all I've got this week. I'm running out of steam. Apologies.
I'm running on steam. Like, I just threw coal in the fire. I'm freaking ready to go another 2 hours.
Oh, man, I am tired. I am tapping. I am close to tapping out.
I'm freaking supercharged right now.
Just see, this is what these motivational topics do. This is why we should have discussion topics. This was a really shit one that I just came up with, so sorry about that, guys. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the discussion fruitful. I
hope you enjoyed Goldmanski, the Superbowl.
What a weird episode this has been.
At the end of this episode, we will have my song. Which one will we have?
Goldmanski again.
No.
Just to bookmark it.
No. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's bookend the show with Goldmanski.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fine.
Let's do that. Before we go, is there any parting shots from you or Coryn?
Wait, I got to do my story.
Yeah, you will after the parting shots.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I already ended the parting shots joke, so.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, Citrus has nothing on the weird lesbian shit going on in a centaur's life. 'Cause I read that first chapter real quick, and what the fuck?
Yeah, not what you'd expect from the anime picture that I saw.
No, it's a bit different.
I just thought it was going to be a centaur that's in school. But sure, why not? Horse posse instead. Let's go with that.
It's a fascinating topic.
No, probably to someone, not me. I guess if you have like a degree in animal husbandry or something, sure.
Yeah, maybe. Oh no, never mind. I won't say it.
That's not what animal husbandry is. Trust.
Tune in next week, and we'll have our Valentine's special.
Okay, here we go.
Take it away.
Now we go back to my story. To the coffee brewing in the Neo night, there was one for the Chuni, but would she see them? In the mist of the cafe, it was dark with smoke, billowing from the cigars of Failure and Castro. In the night, the sky was blue, but also black, because it was dark outside. Like the soul of the Chuni who had been betrayed by life too many times, the armpits echoed like a reverb room in the vocal booth of Rush. It was like a rush to the soul in a sugar-infused passion, needing the touch of another to the armpits, which exploded with blushings upon the image of another's finger along them. In the night, it was a cold wind, but in the night, it was a time for one to rise from the cellars. You are the one, said the Chuni as she pointed to a blonde figure. With her blue eyes, she gazed up. I've been waiting for you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Touchdown!
Kansas City!
I'm not Polish, but I love Poland. I love pierogies and the sausage stand. I'm not Polish, but call me Goldmanski. I will ski down the hill, so you will see. Pierogies, pierogies. Come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Oh. This is a story of heartbreak and tragedy. I miss the restaurant, the Polish restaurant. They were the shining light of my city. I mean, besides me, the light is me. Then it's the restaurant of pierogies. Ha! Novelty, novelty, I find it fun to be novel. So I love Poland because it's novel, and that restaurant as well is really good. As the sun set on the bleak highway across the trails where ancient wildebeests and chipmunks rattled across the sun. They said as they looked upon the fields, the sun is so much energy. My life has been drained and I don't have any energy. They haven't invented coffee yet. They wanted to go somewhere, but the Finnish restaurant is not as good as my grandma's, so instead they went somewhere else. They found the magic, the secret hidden gem of the pierogies. I'm serious when I tell you this story. You think I'm joking, but sometimes it just takes the little things. I'm still probably joking, but I love Poland, but I'm not Polish. I love pierogies and the sausage then. I'm not Polish, not even 1%, but call me Goldmanski because it means nothing to... Why am I doing this?